It's full marks to Connor, Ken. It's like your team. It's a work in progress. We ask guys to improve, and it's like I said earlier. Connor doesn't need my help when the puck is on his stick and he's in the offensive zone. He's got exceptional status for a reason. Connor's with like some of the other offensive guys on our team is that I gotta mature their game away from the puck so they can get out of their own end through the neutral zone, and then their strength can take over.
Hey, Coach, when we first talked to you about Bedard, you wanted to see some improvement in some of the play away from the puck. I'm wondering if you've seen improvement in just the short term that you've had him, if you've seen him improve in the areas that you were hoping.
Yes, I have. I have seen improvement. Connor, you can't be an exceptional player without having a high hockey IQ, and Connor has that. He's very coachable, and yes, I have seen improvement. One of the first things I mentioned in the youth sport game was his shift length, and it hasn't been an issue since. So, as exceptional player, he's an exceptional kid to coach too, because he's open to it.
I know you've been through these lopsided games before. What's the challenge trying to coach that? And players might be cheating, looking for more goals, things like that. How do you get through a game when it's kind of this lopsided?
Well, I think the big advantage you have is your experience, and you know that no matter what you say and you preach, when you're playing a game where you have the puck so much, there's going to be some lazy tendencies slip into your team's game. That's human nature. So the game went pretty much like I thought it would. So I think the experience allows you to be a little bit mellow through that whole process. And but these guys are smart too. As much as the coaches know what we're up against, so do the players. And right after the game, there's a recognition that we're good offensive tonight, 60+ shots, but it's a whole different challenge tomorrow against a team that's going to be way stronger away from the puck. And so the players are already talking about that in the room after, and that's a sign of good leadership.
Well, frame up Connor Bedard. Is he, here he is doing something. Wayne Gretzky's the last guy that got this hat trick at 16. Should we be talking about him, in as high of tones as we are tonight?
Well, I think everybody has been. I mean, it's been the number one question I've been asked since I took over this team, and I'm sure it's the number one question everybody that coaches him has always asked about him. But he's earned that, and yes, I like the word exceptional status for players like him that come in, and he's an exceptional player. And what I like in my short time with Connor is how receptive he is to coaching. I said my challenge is, as I assume John Paddock would tell you the same thing, is that now you have to let those exceptional players play to their strengths, but you have to mature their game away from the puck. And Connor's made good strides in that for the short time that I've had him. Yeah, I'm not sure that game does either team any good in terms of getting better, but it's the reality of the tournament. I think like last year in Boxing Day, they beat a short-staffed German team. Was it 16-4? And that's what this whole tournament is about. Even though it's a best on best, there's some discrepancy in some of the teams, and so I don't think either team probably learned a whole lot from that game, but both teams have to move on, and we know that. And like I said, coming off the ice, our players are already talking about how much tougher the game is going to be tomorrow against a more mature German team.